And we're rolling. We are here.
We're here. We're not
We're
back.
all here.
We're all here.
In one room. This doesn't happen.
It just did.
You got to get into that mic. You got to really get into it.
You want me to really get in there?
Oh, you got to, you got to
get
lean
gay.
on it. It's got to, step to the mic,
super gay, bro.
motherfucker.
Super gay.
Gays our style.
Yes. So this is cool. It's interesting, like in our industry and with our business, we spend so much time together. I mean, we spend 10 hours, 12 hours a day, every single day together, looking at each other on a screen. But I've never actually, JT, introduce yourself.
Formally, I'm JT.
Yep, that's formal.
Pretty much how it
That
always
was
goes.
formal. That was really formal.
Ladies and
feel
gentlemen,
like
this is JT. In case you're ever wondering.
we are underdressed for that introduction.
Yeah, I feel like
It was
I
really
should've had
formal.
a suit and tie, like
Do you own a suit and tie?
tuxedo T-shirt. I own one suit.
One suit?
There's no way.
It's
you only
a
have
Baby
one.
Gap one though. I haven't worn it in a long time.
Because you're a
It's
baby.
been a couple weeks, I haven't put it on in a while. So. Yeah. Had a couple.
Yeah, so anyways, this is our first time actually spending physical time together. Intimate physical time together.
It's definitely been very intimate
So far.
and physical.
And not
So far.
Yeah.
I'm not sure where it's going to go from there, though.
We'll see. We're gonna find out. We got fucking 4 days to find out, so I'm pretty excited actually.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're sleeping in the same building, so this is gonna get interesting.
Same house.
Same house.
Same bed.
Same what?
I knew it.
So,
fucking
anywho, welcome
knew
to the
it.
Wolves Only podcast.
Yes, yes. I knew you guys were gay together.
When you spend that much time
Hey,
together,
man,
it's hard not to be.
You got to think about, if we're talking about that, what are the things that we have thought about to include you in, right? Like,
Well, I'm actually not good at multitasking unless it is in bed with two dudes.
it makes sense.
We were
get a lot
actually going to
done.
make the multitasking very easy for you. You were just going to be the
he just
middle.
had to- he just had to be there.
Pork sorted.
Yeah, just right in the middle there. That's it. That's just a lot of good shit.
All right.
Yeah.
So this is a special weekend. Obviously not just because we're together, but we're going to be spending a lot of time with all of our wonderful members of JWX, this community that Scotty and I envisioned and brought it to a reality. Nora's actually here too. What's up, girl?
She is. She's over there. They can hear you. Probably.
They can hear you.
Yeah, you can say what's up. Say what's up.
Hi.
There it is. We got her.
And Nora's a local, so she's ready to go.
Yeah, I'm
ready
excited.
to
First
go.
one here, right? We're
Yeah,
like,
you're
all
the
right.
first one here.
We're like, be here. She was here when we pulled up. She was waiting. She was pissed. She was like, y'all motherfuckers are 42 seconds
well,
late.
here's the thing. Yeah, she's close.
Yeah.
I was gonna say something, and then I'm like, I didn't even think. I forgot.
That's okay.
I do that a lot lately.
It doesn't matter. Your shirt says it all. I love it. It does. I love that fucking shirt.
I love this shirt too.
Well, it's
I
very
wore it
fitting.
into the bank.
Well, it's very fitting because we have been referred to as a cult.
Oh, by a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? That's okay though. You know what? If
I don't know why cult's a bad thing.
If
Other than,
winning and having your clients win and building something full of winners is culty, then fucking hell yeah.
Well-
give me a cloak and all that shit. What's
And
up?
call
I'll
this
wear a-
Waco.
Yeah.
I'll wear a cape with a fucking Superman, but it'll be a C. Cult, bitch.
a
Let's
cult
go.
is very inclusive, right?
Yeah.
And
Also exclusive.
and exclusive.
And exclusive, yeah.
Ooh. Wow.
This is gonna get really fucking weird.
Everything with us gets fucking weird.
I'm here for it though. I'm excited. But yeah, no, I mean, we got on the subjects of cults. This is good. All from a fucking t-shirt. That's branding, folks. In case you ever wanted to know what branding is, right there. That's branding. Cult leader. Now we're having a full-on fucking podcast about what a cult should really be considered. Are they bad? Are they not? Next at 11.
Yeah. So I'm excited for a number of things. I have I like events like this because there's always, and even if there's just one, it's totally worth it. But there's always a few breakthroughs where people have like a personal breakthrough where they find something out about themselves that they didn't know or they didn't know they could do, and it's always powerful when you take the guy like, like a J Viola or something, and you completely change who they are just by putting them in a spot that they wouldn't normally be in.
Yeah.
And, also Clark Adams reached out to me. I think I sent you guys the message, and he was like, I'm looking for a breakthrough.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, so there's people coming to this that are looking for a breakthrough that are going to get it.
Oh, absolutely.
They're going to get
100%.
Well, I think the breakthroughs happen because the messaging is a lot different in person.
Oh, yeah.
Than when you're, because like we coach these people all the time on Zoom, right?
Right.
But when you have that power of proximity,
Yep.
it changes the game.
And we talked
Yep.
about that a little bit yesterday because, like, with that energy, right, and that frequency, it's like it's cool on the screen and it's great. You can still get it a little bit, but in person, it's the same. Like I always say that, like, if someone really is that in person, that's where you get it. That's where you get that education, that influence, that fucking like motivation to do better. Like, you need that in person.
The other thing that I'll say is it's insane how and I found this out from other events that I've been to and what I've witnessed, and I usually I get in. What are you're gonna die here over here? You good?
Yeah, I missed my lip.
I find out that a lot of people, they think about it like this. Okay, of course we're paying for everything, but we're not paying for the hotel. We're not paying for their flights and things like that. And at the drop of the dime, people just booked flights, decided to come out and are coming out from everywhere. And it's like, and I know this for a fact, but it's like, adults, right? We have a hard time. A lot of people have a hard time making friends, or we don't have people in our circle or in our community that are like-minded or that want better for themselves. So it's like, okay, whoa, there's a bunch of people that I relate to that want better and want to do more. And they're all going to be in Huntington Beach in the weekend of the middle of the month, where my kids are off school. It's like a whole thing.
Yeah.
Right. And it's like they drop what they're doing to come right out. And it's because people have this desire to be around others. So it shouldn't be a surprise that breakthrough is right around the corner.
Right.
You're putting yourself in a position that, everybody's there for the same reason.
Of opportunity, a position of opportunity, regardless of whether it's one connection, 100 connections, whatever that looks like. Yeah, you're putting yourself in that opportunity position, and that's where that breakthrough happens. And it doesn't even have to be anything dramatic or anything crazy. It could be something very small, but it could have been that one small thing that person was fucking stuck on for months and months and months, and they couldn't get past. But one sentence with a complete fucking stranger they've never actually seen in person could change it all.
Yeah.
But just the opportunity to have that.
I'm going to encourage people to go out with each other. Listen, unless you're an addict or a drug addict or an alcoholic, I'm gonna encourage them to go out drinking with each other. Go get fucked up. Stay up till 4 a.m.
Yeah.
Spend time together. Get to know each other.
Make
Remember
some
that
fucking
time?
memories, man.
Yeah. Remember that time in Huntington where we fucking stayed out till 4? We had a great time. I'm not going to be doing that because I'm here all the time. I don't need to do that. But
Obviously.
it is it's really profound when so what we were talking about, Jay and I were having this conversation, and Scotty and I later on did as well. The two things that I think people should take from this is a personal breakthrough in their own confidence, and they should make a best friend. And if you don't accomplish those two things, then you failed yourself.
Yeah. Or at least start a relationship that could blossom into something like that.
Yeah.
Right. At least a weekend best friend for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree, because these are the moments when you can take people that have completely separate lifestyles, completely different views on a lot of things, but ultimately have the same goal at hand. And then you put those two people in a room that's very uncomfortable. They're not they don't want to converse. They have nothing fucking in common except for this one thing. Okay. Well, how do you get past that? You get past that by doing all of the shit we've been teaching them.
And to circle back to
how
the
to have a
leader
conversation, how to fucking have a conversation and answer a question with another one and ask this one and ask the right one and follow up. And that's how you do that. So it's now you have not only the opportunity to meet people, but now you have the opportunity to take your skill set that you might not have used yet and have it in person with a complete fucking stranger.
Yep.
Right. But it's still a comfortable environment to where if you fuck up, it's okay.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and that's back to the cult leader thing. Is they're all coming from all over the place because of something that we created, and then you obviously became a part of it, now a leader of as well.
Have you guys taken a second and thought about that? Me and Scotty were talking about that when we were getting tacos. Is if you take a second and look at it, it's humbling, right? Mm-hmm. It's humbling the amount of people that drop what they're doing to come out here and spend time with us, right? It's humbling.
Mm-hmm. Because at the end of the day, you're like, well, who the fuck am I?
Yeah. Correct.
But like, you know, and on this, like, I know who the fuck I am, right? But like, in that humbling manner, it's like, damn, that's amazing. That's like, it's the most. It's a humbling feeling. It's a grateful fucking feeling, right? To be able to just like you say all the time, right? Teach somebody a skill set that can literally fucking change the projection of your, you know, the next 10 years of your life.
Yep.
You know, that's huge.
Yeah. I'm really excited to give these guys something special, you know.
Like people, and it's different, man. This one's different.
Yeah. Well, it works out good too, like the three of our hearts combined, right?
Jesus Christ. We are Captain JWX.
We are Captain J.
And our hearts combined.
When we touch dicks.
Oh, shit. Gay.
Yeah, gay.
I need a gay button.
You need a gay button. That would be great. We're like, that would just go gay.
But it's got to be like the brum, 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 brum. It's like brum, 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 gay. Gay. That's what it's got to be. That it has to. If it's not the brum, 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 but like gay, that's what it has to be. Just record me.
Just record Scotty and turn it into a button.
I was talking to Brian Mark this morning, and he's gay. Like him and Cole are super gay too. It's like weird. Like all these business coaches are super gay. And I was like, I go, you want to see a new ad that I made? And he goes, what did I say? Oh, here, I'll read it back. Actually, let me see.
Read it. Find the text.
It's funny.
The suspense is killing me.
I'm sorry.
It's going to take 45 minutes.
No, it's not. I have a lot of.
It's okay. We can fill the time as we have conversations.
So I go, do you want a sneak peek of the ad that is going to top all ads? And at the same time, then I sent another, because, you know, I always send 2 text messages. Yeah. So at the same time I go, and I don't mean top like an evening with me, but at the same exact time he goes, as long as it comes with a picture of your balls. literally, both of those texts collided. And I was like, golly, is every fitness business mentor gay?
I think if you don't have a touch of gay humor in 2024, you are sheltered and not in touch with who you are.
Oh, yeah.
It's a predominantly male industry, though.
It is.
Right?
Yeah.
So we spend so much time together. It's like a locker room.
It's always locker room talk.
It's a
right,
locker room.
right.
Yeah,
guys, we're not actually gay. At least I'm not. JT is, but, and I don't, Scotty's kind of whatever.
It depends on the night. You know?
Yeah. I might end up gay, and I'm not, you know, I'm okay with that.
I'm a very happy person typically, so I could be on that.
I could be on the
third
grade joke.
Well, hey, dad jokes are coming in hot. You know, I'm just saying, I got the dad.
That is a third day. Yeah, I am gay. I'm happy.
That's what you get. I can only here's the thing.
I'll make you gay, Justin.
Nora's like, what the fuck are these guys doing?
I wonder what a podcast is going to be like with some fucking business mentors who have a lot of money and talk about gay shit. Not like this. No, but we're going to get into some serious shit. I'm aside from the gay stuff and all of that and pulling it back and getting into the real talk.
Tucking it back,
right? We want to let's just hold our balls a second, put those aside for the gayness. But no, it's for me. I know I have a better time and I connect deeper with people in person. So like for me, it's not only just the event and all the people coming in is exciting, but to actually be able to connect with people on my level, how I like to, like, because it's just different. So that's what I'm happy for. Like I'm excited that everybody's coming out, but I'm excited to be able to have those conversations with people like I really want to have them.
People have said that our Tuesday night call, the energy, like to the point where we have people that have, for years now have never missed a single Tuesday night because they say the energy, and it's like, dude, that's energy on a Zoom call. Imagine what energy with us is like in real person.
Oh, it's fun in person.
In person, and
I'm better in person. I know that. Like I can admit to that all the time.
Yeah,
for sure. Just because I'm handsy and shit.
Well,
and I want to look at you.
You built
and
your
shit.
career in person, so so it's
different. It was
strength.
before the virtual, before the COVID shit, right? It was like actually shaking hands and actually like looking you in the fucking eye, like
right.
You know what I mean? Like I want to know by looking at your fucking face and how you shake my hand, whether you're lying to me, you're gonna do this shit right, whether it's worth the fuck to go into business with you or not, and like that, because that shit, that's some shit you can't do like through a screen.
Right.
I don't give a fuck. You can't, right? Like you can kind of tell, you can get a vibe and energy, man. But like you know, when you go to shake somebody's hand and look at them and say, "What's up, man? I'm Scotty. How you doing?" You can immediately tell like what kind of person they are by how they shake your hand and how that introduction goes.
Yeah.
Like that's a big one for me. Especially, at least as a man.
Yeah.
Like, as a woman, it's a little different with, with men and women. But like from man to man, like if I go to shake your hand and I crush your fucking hand on accident just because I'm trying to shake your hand and be like, "What's up, bro? Give me that energy." Like I'm gonna be like, "Oh god, this is gonna be tough."
The old fish handshake, the dead fish handshake.
Do you ever do the hand test?
No, I try not to. I'm too strong, bro. I'm gonna break it.
No, not like that.
I'm gonna break
when
it.
you go to shake somebody's
Oh,
hand.
I thought you were talking about the actual meter one. What?
I'm asserting dominance.
Oh no, I don't ever do that.
don't ever
No, I
do
don't ever do that. No,
I do that.
Oh no.
I should though, and I might do that now.
I like
I might
that
do
because
that just because I'm short.
You'll notice a
That'll
lot
be on
of
purpose.
people will, not a lot, but
Yeah.
you'll notice the dudes who are
We'll try to
about
turn it back,
and they'll try to even it up and not submit. Yeah.
I like that.
So
that.
I
I'm
was
gonna
like,
start
since
trying
I
that.
was a kid, my dad would put me in like situations like in the showroom and stuff like that to like master the handshake.
Yeah.
And now like it's like an art, right? Like a true handshake, right?
Yeah.
Like where you look in one eye, not both eyes.
Not both.
It's just become kind of a thing for me, and it's funny because like it you would think that I would be like you would land every handshake perfectly and smooth, but when you're good at it and someone else isn't, it couldn't go more wrong.
Awkward, fucking terrible. Yeah.
Because like
It makes you realize how bad people are.
yeah,
shaking hands.
yeah. People are really bad at shaking hands.
Well, that's also like, I feel like it hasn't gone away, and in a lot of cultures it never will. But like, I feel like it has gotten less. Like in our day and age, the handshake versus just like a little fist bump or like a little bro hug or something, like the handshake. So like, I feel like if you approach me like that in a handshake first and not like the bro hug or something when I first meet you, all right, this guy's about his shit. This guy's about his business, right? Like he wants to be on that level. Like it kind of tells me a little bit about you, whether the conversation in the direction of the night is going to go serious, real good conversation about investment, future, projects, shit like that, or if it's going to go just bullshit, sports, whatever, not really too interesting, but like, you know what I mean? Like I can kind of tell that by the first interaction.
I mean, yeah, if you get in a first interaction with me and you start talking about sports, lose my number. Like fucking lose my number. Like don't even. Honestly, if you bring up the game, like just fucking don't ever ever call me again.
See, here's my thing. So as a former athlete, I still love sports, but I don't waste hours and hours and hours of my life watching a ton of sports. Like I'll catch the highlights. I still want to see if my team won. Like if Detroit was not my team, but I still want to see the Lions won, right? But like that for me, I'll always like sports for that. Like just because I'm an athlete and I'll always admire that. But at the same time, I don't know stats. I don't know motherfuckers' names for the most part, except for the really famous motherfucking athletes anymore. And I played football, I played hockey, but I don't care about all that. I don't know who scored all
imagine
this shit.
somebody that knows all the stats. They know all the players. They know all the shit.
They don't know their way to the bank.
Right, they're broke.
They don't know their way
And
to the
they're
bank.
broke.
Or the
It's
car
like if
payment.
you took
A fraction of that effort.
yeah.
Dude. Ugh, terrible.
Because you got a good brain if you can remember stats.
Dude.
Like,
Well,
that
yeah.
shit, that shit ain't
That's
easy.
data. That's
Yeah.
information, dude. And I got buddies and old family members, and not old, still family members. Just don't talk to them as much. But like family members and shit, they could spit off every fucking statistic of every sport, dude. Baseball, hockey, basketball, football. You fucking curling. These motherfuckers know all of it. And I'm like, bro, you've been fired 9 times in the last fucking 6 months,
Right?
And you can't pay your rent
because they've been studying stats.
That's what I'm saying, like, dude, like, but it's like, all right, this is how my brain works. So how do I take that motherfucker and show him, you could be like a sports journalist, or you could fucking take that what you love and make fucking money on it, instead of just fucking looking at this screen and thinking you're impressing your other fucking
I can tell you why.
bullshit,
I can tell you why it's
friends.
or I can tell you why it's unlikely.
Oh no.
Because consuming a football game, consuming sports at that level is like like it's always like constant, instant gratification. It's stimulation.
It's addiction.
That's why,
Dopamine.
right? But,
It's addiction,
right? So like that to do what we do is it involves patience. Delayed satisfaction. There is you don't get the same dopamine release that we get or that we don't see. You know what I mean? Like, and the problem is I'm a dopamine freak. Like I love that's why I like spending money, right?
I think everybody truly is. Like, people just aren't real about it. They hide it.
Yeah. My dopamine comes from fucking spending a shitload of money in one quick second.
Yeah.
But that for me to get my dopamine release, that means that I got to make a lot of money.
Yeah, you got to work really fucking hard.
Right.
The caveat to that is when you delay the gratification, when you keep putting that off, when that finally hits, that dopamine hit is unlike anything else.
Yeah. No, yeah.
That's the drug that.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what takes you from like passionate to addicted
obsessed.
to obsessed.
Right.
Yeah. To
Like,
fucking like what? This is what this
like when you
whole-
sacrifice, right? When you sacrifice for a year
Yeah.
and then you have it pay off, that fucking rush,
Yeah.
you can't touch. I don't care what drug it is, you can't touch that rush.
No.
No.
And it does though too. It's like, when you're a cocaine addict, right? Like one line is cool the first
That's
time.
the warm up.
And then it's like that turns into a gram, then an 8-ball, and then next thing you know you're up for like a week straight. So that was how it was for me with watches, right?
Yeah.
It was like bought a 10 grand watch. You're like, fucking yeah, right, I made it. You know what I mean? Then I buy a $20,000 watch, and I'm like, oh yeah, fucking right, I made it. Right.
Here comes the 50.
And then here comes the $50,000 watch, and it's like it never.
Yeah.
But again, it's the same exact concept of like you have to keep working harder and harder and harder.
Yeah.
In order to spend 10 grand on a watch, you need to make probably 200, 300 grand.
Yeah.
Right. To feel
Oh,
good
yeah,
about
for
that.
sure.
Right. And then but it's relative. Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it feels
I
like
wouldn't
you're
buy
buying
a
fucking
$50,000 watch if I didn't make over $2 million in a
Yeah,
year.
it feels like buying groceries. Like it's
Right.
it's not as big of a deal at that point.
No.
But it's the same thing with making the money, right?
Right.
$1,000 in a day.
Exactly.
Cool until you do 10.
Right.
And once you do 10, you're like, fuck.
Yeah, your
$1,000.
expectation is
And you do
completely
100 in a
changed for
month, and you're
yourself.
like, anything less than that's like, what the fuck
Right.
are we
And
doing?
it all happens because you go from not possible to possible.
Yeah.
And then once you see what's possible, then you go, okay, well, fuck it, this is possible, right? And that's that level of like how it changes and how you progress to where, okay, it took this much effort to get here. Okay, so this was really fucking hard to get to, that 10K a day.
Yeah.
And then, all right, well, now I want to get 20. I want to feel 20, 25, right? Okay, now I got to double that effort. All right, now I'm doubling that, right? And then you fucking hit that, and you're like, whew, all right, shit. It's going to take more. I gotta feel 50. This is gonna take a lot more.
There was a 3-day span when I was in Tulum a couple of years ago that I texted Scotty.
I remember that.
And I was like, I made 25 grand in a day, like in an afternoon. Made 27 grand the next afternoon, and then I made like 25 again the next afternoon. And it was like 3 days straight. And I was literally, I wasn't even working. I was just sitting by the pool.
Yeah, this motherfucker texted me. Actually, I'm staying for like another 2-3 weeks. I was like, all right, yeah, do it.
It was like
Why
back
not?
to back to back was like, easy peasy, and I barely worked.
And that was the shit. That was like infancy.
Well, that's
Yeah,
I was like,
I know.
yeah, the beginning of it all, man.
What was that breakdown? I saw a breakdown, right? So your first 10K is on you. Then once you get 100K, it's building a team, and then once it's a million,
Yeah.
it's you build a team that does everything
That does
for
everything
you.
for
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, and that's where everything's relative and perspective oriented.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Where and that's the point of getting around other people that are doing bigger things than
Right.
you.
Right.
Right. And I think that's where people really get pushed outside their comfort zone is they realize what is possible and how little excuses there are to not hit those things.
Right.
And that's what makes people uncomfortable.
Yeah.
That's where the fear comes. I'll challenge anybody any day of the week. The fear doesn't come from failure.
No,
the
it's from
fear
making
comes
it.
from the fact of what happens when I do make it, because now I'm going to have to maintain that, and that's
Fear
my
of success
That's my
is-
new level.
yeah.
It's
like,
all-
I
dude.
have to hit this
Yeah.
now. Like there's no going back now.
Yeah, this is like, yeah, you hit a point where like, and I say, whatever, I don't give a fuck anymore. But like, you hit a point where like being rich as shit to most people, I feel broke. Like, and
Yeah.
you know, and sometimes I feel like shit saying that out loud, but the truth is, like, there are days when, like, you know, like, I'm getting low, bro, and I got, like, you know, under a certain amount of money, I'm like, fuck, I'm fucking broke, you know, and then, like, but then I think back to, you know, when that was a quarter of the amount of money in the bank account.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, nope, that's okay. Nope, I got this. A couple of weeks, we're back up to where we need to be, and we're this and that. And it's just that, and that's what it is too. It's the fear of success is only, I think, at the infancy until you hit one really big milestone.
Right.
Once you hit one really big fucking milestone, that goes out the window.
Right.
And then the fear of success becomes the obsession of fucking, you know, reaching whatever that fucking level is for you.
Yeah.
Like that fear goes out the fucking window, and I'll say, okay, that's easy. Now I can handle that part now. Now this is my goal. Now this is my bigger goal. But yeah, we talk about it all the time because people will hide behind, well, what if I can't? What if I can't? What if I can't? But that really ain't it, right? Because when you do get to the success, what happens? You lose friends.
Right.
You lose family.
The truth is, though, is the what if I
relationships, like-
can't doesn't exist. What if I can't doesn't exist. It's what if I don't.
Yeah.
And what if I don't means what if you don't work?
Yeah.
If you
Yeah.
don't actually jump in, if you don't do what we tell you to do. It's not that you can't do it. Anybody can do this. Anybody can, especially in what we do. Anybody can run a personal brand, offer an educational platform or a fitness program or whatever the fuck. Anybody can do that. Mm-hmm. It's just a matter of doing it. It has nothing to do with what works, what doesn't, whatever.
Yeah.
It has to do with like just do it. Like just do the work.
Yeah.
And doing it long enough.
Long enough.
That's
consistently for a long time. Yep.
And the perspective that I would like to offer to the people that say, what if I can't? It's, well, nothing changes then.
Right.
If
Right.
you can't, nothing changes.
Right, nothing-
You're in
yeah.
the same exact spot that you were.
Right.
Nothing changes. You have nothing to lose.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you are where you are.
I would almost,
The worst thing that can happen is you stay where you are.
I would almost argue that being where you are you're going backwards because as the world progresses, you're actually not even staying in the same place. You're actually fucking moving backwards because everything else around you is growing, progressing, starting to change, and you're still in the same place. That's why you see like people, you know, think about people that have been working in a factory for fucking how many fucking years, like can still now to this day barely afford to live, and they fucking like have worked their life away for this one fucking company. But while they did that and they were in this comfort zone, the whole fucking world around them developed, progressed, got more expensive, got more harder to fucking live in. And now what? Now you're not middle class no more. Now you're fucking in poverty.
Yeah.
Because you sat and did the same shit and didn't go along with the world as it was turning. And the worst part of it all is if you would have just fucking, we talk about all the time, if you would have just took that step, that one scary ass fucking step that you probably had the opportunity to take over and over and over in your life, but you just kept going, nah, it'll be there next year. Nah, it'll be there next year. And then what happened? Fucking it kept going, it kept coming, and eventually that motherfucker just stopped coming.
Yeah.
At one point, the opportunity goes away.
Well, when you look at it, right, when people are like, it'll be there next year, and sure, maybe it will be. But where would you have been at after 3 years of saying that?
Right.
Right? You would have already been through the hard part. Now you're just delaying.
Right.
You're delaying that whole process, right? You're
Yeah.
delaying the fact that you are still going to have to go through. Because at the end of the day, I don't care what anybody says. Look, yes, can you pop off pretty quickly with businesses? Yes. If you do it right, especially with the online world, yes, you can. But for the majority of things, all right, and the majority of online businesses, it's going to be a slow grind. It's going to be a slow come up. And that's okay.
Yeah.
Right? That's okay. Some people pop off real quick. Some people don't. Some people are more likable than others. Sorry, it's the way it is.
Yeah.
It's the way it is.
Yeah.
Right? Some people are more talented. Others have to really have the time under tension, right?
Yeah.
It's the same conversation we have all the time with even our coaches, right? We just hit them with it the other night,
Yeah.
where it's like, you guys all know how to build muscle.
Yeah.
Right? It was reps.
Reps.
Right? Everything comes down to reps. You just keep doing things long enough, you become successful at it. I don't care.
Yeah.
Anybody can argue me on that. If you do something long enough, you will become successful at it.
Or you just can't. Like I was just thinking about this when I was taking a leak. This is crazy. Every time I go to the bathroom, I have this thing. If you can't do something, you can't do it, right? Like I can't play in the NBA, right? I can't, right? That's just it. I can't do it, so I can't do it.
Yeah, you're 37 and your time it's over.
Right.
Your time's up.
And you're Jewish.
But if you right,
That does not help.
but if you don't do it, you
Yeah.
won't do it.
You won't do it. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So there's a big difference between
Yeah.
can't and don't.
Yeah.
And I just that was kind of what I thought about when I was just when I sit there with my dick in my hands, I started thinking about things that are like profound.
But it's fucking, dude. But it is even.
How are you gonna try to do this right now?
Even with the most dick in hand, profound thought, like, but that shit is true as fuck, man. Right? Like how, especially now that you've done it. And you try to tell everybody around you, motherfucker, yes, you can, bitch. Like, you can do this shit. You're not doing this shit. You're not. You can do this shit. You're not. Want me to show you? Let me show you how. Because look where the fuck I am.
Right.
And look where the fuck I used to be. Yes, you can, bitch. You're sitting on your couch eating fucking Doritos, watching 47 fucking, seasons of whatever the fuck show, talking about, I just can't catch a break. No, bitch, you can't catch a break because while they fly across your fucking window and across your face, you're too busy with your fucking ass stuck in Sex in the City for fucking, however many hours a fucking day. I'm like, I can't. No, bitch, you're not.
People are still watching Sex in the City.
That's the only one I could think of that had like a bunch of seasons.
Oh,
and,
yeah. That's actually where my head went when you said 47 seasons.
I was like Simpsons maybe or something. Yeah, like
seasons?
it had to be like Simpsons or Seinfeld or Friends. It had to be something deep. So Sex in the City, I just figured that was pretty.
There's 47 seasons.
There's at least, I think. Yeah, there's 24 books too, right? Am I wrong, Nora? How many Sex in the Cities are there? 412. Yeah, see, she knows. No, I actually like that show, man.
Here's the thing, though. Even if you can't do something, you can still make it work.
Right.
Because you can build out something that you hire the people that can do it.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, true.
That's the thing.
Delegation is a powerful motherfucker, man.
Yeah. Yeah. You delegate to me all the time, motherfucker.
But hey, okay though. But in your to your compliment though, we only delegate what we do to you because of how good you are and your success rate at what you do, right? Like there's literally maybe 2 other people that I know of that I would be like, okay, you can do this too. You know what I mean? And that's for me. Like I've always like operated under that because I am smart enough to know how fucking dumb I am. So I know exactly where my weaknesses are. I know exactly what the fuck I am not good at, and I have no problem saying I don't fucking know. Ask him because he's really fucking good at it.
Right.
And in doing that, I've gained more trust and network and opportunity to work with people because I just simply say, I don't know, but I know somebody that can fucking do this shit really good. Let me hook you up with them.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's the same thing. Like, that's the same thing within your company or within your business community, whatever you're doing, is having, just like you said, the right people behind you, next to you, supporting you, working with you so that you can say, I'm not good at this. My focus is here. You're good at this. I want your focus to be here. That way you're doing something you're successful at, you're good at, right? That fucking your mood, your mentality is gonna stay up because it's what you like to do, what you're fucking really good at. So everybody fucking wins, right? And in doing so, we grow because you're better at what you do. Well, I'm better at what I do. You're better at what you do, and everybody gets fucking better because we're not all trying to be like, no, I'm better at that than you. No, I can do that. No, fuck you, I'm doing that.
Like, could you imagine if I was like, hey, I got the content around here. Jay,
get out.
I got the content.
Get out.
Like that's not my world, right? Like I have no like
that's okay.
That's not the world I focus on, and I'm completely honest about that. But because you see it all the time, right? We see it with people with big people with big businesses. You're like, how the fuck did that idiot do this? And it's like because he knows he's an idiot. Because he knows he's a fucking idiot. And having that humility to have that honest conversation with yourself is a massive difference maker. And it's the same thing with when people go, well, I have tried. Well, are you being honest with yourself?
Right.
Have you actually tried, or have you
kind of?
I've tried.
I've
done a little bit this day and a little bit that day.
So I started watching.
got a lighter?
Oh, it's over.
It's
over there. I started. Nora, can you grab the little torch right over there? Thank you.
Yeah, that's fine. We can cut all this up and chop it all really good.
Well, it doesn't even matter if we did or didn't.
Yeah, it doesn't.
I started watching Owning Manhattan, and it's fantastic for one, but for two, the guy's got like 300 realtors like in his brokerage.
Yeah,
and he's talking to his wife, and he's like, and he's like, man, he's like, I got to do everything. I got to do all this shit. And his wife's like, why don't you hire a COO?
Yeah.
And he's like, ugh. And it's like, they're the 6th largest brokerage in Manhattan. Okay. And he's like, I want to be number one. I want to be number one. And it's like, dog, you're going to have to hire somebody else. You can't do it all. And it's like, with me, it was like, I didn't like, yeah, like I probably wasn't in the best, like as far as our numbers go.
Yeah.
I probably wasn't in the best situation to hire a high paid COO like you, right? Like it wasn't like, we were doing well. We were obviously making millions of dollars, but it was like, I was like,
how much can we do before we can?
Yeah, right. Yeah. But it was like, so I probably could have gone another year and pocketed it a lot more.
But it would have been the wrong move.
It would have been the wrong move.
Yeah.
It was like easy, like relinquish like some of the shit that I have to do. And it was hard for me. And I get that it's hard, but it's like now my quality of life is so much better. Now it shows in the other responsibilities and tasks that I have to do. So it made perfect sense.
Yeah.
Like there was before JT came around, there was no COO thought in our head to have somebody like that. It was like Justin and Scotty just operate.
But the structure of like this, how you operated, and the structure of how you do things, it made too much sense. So it's like, okay, this is the guy, like this is him, right? And like for me, my strength has always been people. That's just that I know that. Like, yeah, I've got plenty of other strengths, but like the best thing that I have always had to offer is you can put me in a room with the fucking president and I'll have the best goddamn conversation you've ever had. Like that's always been my strength. So like, I have that. Like this motherfucker, business savvy, sales savvy. Jesus Christ. Like, fuck. Have you wrote a book yet? I'm serious, dude. You needed to write like a fucking sales book, man.
It's funny. I was just having that conversation recently where I was like, the issue I'm having is I can sit here and I can do sales trainings, right?
Yeah.
When it comes to articulating that into a paper format, it's like, how do I put my thoughts in? And because what I do is so human nature related, it's how do I get that across in no form of words?
Well, that's where by telling other stories that are related, it's like the greatest book ever is How to Win Friends and Influence People, and that's exactly what he does. He takes his point and then he puts stories behind it, which is how a lot of books like that are written. But the way he does it, it is very human nature. It is very, Carnegie paints a really good picture in each point that he makes, and then he'll like back it up with more reinforcing stories. Only stories. It's not data. It's not, because back then the data really didn't. You know what I mean? Right. It wasn't like people were talking about things that way. There were obviously there's always been KPIs, but they didn't talk about it like that.
No. It was just words in a journal in a book somewhere.
That's how you know he was that good at what he does, because that entire book frames. Right? Yeah. That whole book is about framing. Okay. And that's what 99% of conversations are about, is setting that, emotional and intelligent framework of how you want the conversation to go. And he frames that book beautifully.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think if you lined up 100 billionaires, which that's probably all there are, if you lined up 100 billionaires and you said, what's the number one book? I think every single one of them would say Carnegie's book.
I wouldn't know.
No?
No.
You never read it?
Mm-mm. Oh, man. I told you I have that reading problem. It's it's an issue.
Listen to it.
So look, I'm serious.
I don't know how to read.
Not like I'm illiterate.
I got that reading problem where I don't know how to read.
It's very difficult for me to fucking read. Okay, no, that is not what I mean. What I mean is my brain is so fucking scattered that by the time I get through the paragraph, like I've read,
you forget what you read.
But like the one sentence will lead me in a direction of something else.
I got you. I have the solution for you.
Oh, sure. What is it?
Audible while you're reading it. Done.
I tried that shit too. He told me too. I tried that too, man. I tell you, want to know what happened with that?
What?
My fucking 3-year-old son said, "Fuck you, bro. You fucking fuck your book. Get the fuck out of here." That's the truth. That's the truth. What's up, guys?
What up?
Look at these pretty ass faces. Goddamn boy came in. Oh, Gucci, they knew it. They got the memo black. Yeah. You better show up, murdered the fuck out. I got black in my bag. Don't worry. I showed up with all the right shit. So, hell yeah.
This is awesome.
This is good, man. Want to take a break a second?
Yeah, let's take a break.
Yeah. Hell yeah.